got a package. Cool. I love this. Oh. Yeah. Oh.
Hi, this is my cooking show.
Wow.
For asking me, it's in the...
Paul David sent me a guitar solo?
32.
Oh. He's so refined.
Beautiful out of this.
Actually, this isn't very good. It's got good tone, it's got good time, but it's kind of meandering. The notes just seem kind of random, don't they? I'll fix it.
Ugly solo for you. Ugly solo for you, Ben.
Paul's a really cool guy, so I want to see if I can help make his guitar solo sound good. He's got great tone and time here, the notes are a little ambiguous, so what I'm going to do is pick chords that make all the notes sound really intentional and just bring some orchestration and harmony into this thing that'll make it have a sense of direction. I'm praying for you, Paul. Whenever I'm trying to harmonize a melody that's complicated and doesn't really fit in one key, it helps me to notate the melody so I can look at it as it ebbs and flows and as the pitches change and see what kind of chords would go well with these little moments of pitch. Luckily, Paul wrote the solo out for me so I could save a step, and here it is. Now to harmonize that solo, I will go measure by measure and see what notes are there and see what kinds of chords could go with those notes. For maximum expression, I will use my theory knowledge, some improvisation, and my guitar. Measure 1. When I look at measure 1, my brain explodes with play a G sharp minor chord because there's a G sharp minor triad arpeggio embedded in the melody. A G sharp minor chord has G sharp, B, and D sharp in it, and the first note is B, G sharp is the next note, B, and then D sharp. So we've got the whole triad right here. Ya, 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 ya. It fits like a glove. But I also see another possibility that would be really strong, which is E major 7. Because E major 7 is E, G sharp, B, D sharp. And if I were to use an E major 7 chord with this, well, we've got the B, which is the 5th from E major 7, the G sharp, which is the 3rd, the B again, it's the 5th again, and then the D sharp, which is the major 7th of the E major 7 chord. And so if I were to go ya ba 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 over an E major chord, for instance, ya ba ba ba, you can see that works really well too. So G sharp minor or E major are the top candidates in my mind for what could go for measure 1. But then we got to look at measure 2 because each measure provides context for the next and affects our decision making. Measure 2. In measure 2 we have ya ba 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 ba, and you can hear there's that jazzy little chromatic stuff going on there, and what that is it's A, E, then G sharp, then a passing tone, G, and then F sharp. So that chromatic passing tone of G natural, I'm not going to think about it too much when I'm thinking about what chord to put with this measure. Instead, I'm going to look at all those other notes. So we have A, E, G sharp, F sharp. That's all stuff that could be maybe from F sharp minor 7, because we have F sharp, which is the root, A would be the minor 3rd, E would be the minor 7th of an F sharp minor 7. Let's see what that sounds like. This is the F sharp minor 7 chord, ya ba 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 ba, and that sounds really nice. If we were to do G sharp minor for measure 1 and then go to F sharp minor for measure 2, the melody would sound like this. Ya ba 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 ba. Now if we were to go E major to F sharp minor, it would sound like this. Ya ba 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 ba. Okay, nice. But what if for the second measure we had A major 7 instead? Because we have the E, which is the 5th of the A major 7, the A, which is the root, the G sharp, which is the major 7th. We're skipping that G. The F sharp is the 6th. That might sound really good. What if there was an A chord under that? Ya ba 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 ba. Sounds good to me. And since my goal here is to make Paul's solo sound super confident and super strong, I'm gonna go with the E major to A major, that 1 chord to 4 chord sound. It's just so strong. Ya ba 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 ba. You see, I'm making artistic choices informed by my theory knowledge. It could have been the G sharp minor, F sharp minor. It could have been the E to the A. It could have been a number of other things. In fact, many other things. But I'm going with my taste here. Measure 3. Now measure 3 gets a bit spicy. If we had E major and A major for the first 2 chords, it implies that we're at least vaguely in the key of E major. And now in this third measure, we're faced with an F natural and a B flat right away. And that F natural, that would be like the flat 9 of E. And the B flat would be the flat 5 of E. So it's a big shift. Rather than trying to force everything into E major here, why don't we just treat this third measure on its own, see what we come up with, and then find out if that gels with the first 2 measures. So the first thing that stands out to me about measure 3 is we have a B flat minor triad right there in the melody. B flat, D flat, F is what's in a B flat minor triad, and we have an F, a B flat, and a D flat right away. And this C here is like the 9, so it sounds nice if you go ya ba ba ba, ya ba ba ba. So B flat minor works well with that first half of the melody. How about the next part? Ya ba 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 ba. Oh yeah, that's really interesting to me. It sounds like a very Phrygian sound. And if I analyze it that way, I can use my favorite Phrygian chord progression, 1 minor, flat 2 major, flat 3 major, and see what that's like. Ya ba 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 ba. That works really well. And it's not a big surprise that this B major right here works really well right after the B flat minor. Especially because in the melody, we have a B going to B flat. You could think of that as the 1 of a chord, of a B major chord, going to its major 7. So for the second half of this measure, that B in the melody could just be thought of as the root of a B major 7 chord, going to the major 7th of a major 7 chord, and then going back to the root again. So that whole measure sounds like ya ba 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 ba. So that's a moment of real strength for our team Phrygian back at home. Thank you, Phrygian, for all your support. And to really bring out that Phrygian vibe, I used this voicing for the B major 7, which is just basically B major, but with the major 7th in the bass note. So we've got a B major over a B flat, or B major over an A sharp, depending how you want to look at it. So the progression so far sounds like this. Ya boo ba ba boo ba 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 ba. So I took this same approach of analysis and then experimentation and singing the melody and playing the chords, and I harmonized the entire solo this way.
You made me pretty. Let's see.
Okay, that's the craziest 40 seconds I've ever seen and heard. It's crazy how the harmony, the chords, give such a solid foundation to these ostensibly random notes. Crazy. You made me so pretty.